We're going to now watch a video that was recorded yesterday. It's from Maria Binetti, WDI, the Women's Declaration International country contact for Argentina. She was speaking at the book launch of Women's Rights, Gender Wrongs, which is the WDI book that's just been published.
I wrote 2 articles, one with Lara Salvatierra from Peru concerning surrogacy in South America, and the second one, which is what I'm going to talk about, is focus on Argentina. The title of the article is Gender Equality for All Genders, in plural, multiple genders, the Argentinian phase program for the certifying sex. Gender equality applied to all genders means something like, I don't know exactly what that means, but something like the right to perform any kind of self-perception. That would be the idea, to the right to perform freely any kind of self-perception. I took the expression of a phase program for the certifying sex. That is not my expression. I took that from a final report written by the group of scholars from the King London College in London. The King College in London last year. The report explained the steps to operate a gradual decertification of sex. That means the strategies of manipulation for the certification of sex, globally speaking. So Argentina is one of the best examples of what is happening in South America, is the certification of sex. South America is the most unequal, corrupt, and violent continent for women in the world. Half of South American women are poor. Countries like Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina are completely captured by this lobby. Let us remember that Ecuador and Bolivia were the first countries to implement gender identity in their constitutions, followed by Argentina and Brazil with gender identity laws. Argentina was the first country to allow a legal change of sex by self-declaration at any age. We have kids of 4 or 5 years old with the new ID. But the interesting chapter in Argentina is that since 2019, we have a ministry for all genders, in plural, that includes all gender identities of pregnant people and penis ejaculating people. This ministry has an annual budget of 3.4% of the gross domestic product to implement the genders agenda in every area of the state. This agenda is operated through administrative and executive orders, plans, programs, provisions, without any debate or consultation. And these orders are directly executed or implemented by the president, ministries, secretaries, but without any debate from the people. That was the case, for example, with the creation of a new legal sex in 2021 by an executive order. It was the president of the country who decided that there should be a new sex, the non-binary or indeterminate or unspecified sex. The question would be who advised the president or who maybe sponsored the president. But the implementation is top-down, not directly top-down with this kind of provisions, program orders. The implantation of the genders implies a strong language control. The first step in this language control is to replace gender as category by genders, in plural, as if genders, in plural, were the inclusive and more progressive meaning of gender. In that vein, the Ministry of Genders has set a large number of programs, plans, reforms, resolutions for all genders in plural, in all areas, level, and platform of the state. So the single-sex provision and the positive measures relating to the female sex now are democratized for everyone, for all genders. Another fundamental step of this language control is to erase the marks of sexual difference from the language, neutralizing the language with expressions such as the letters E or X, or menstruating pregnant breastfeed person. These are strategies of manipulation to control the language. Our Ministry of Genders has created a guide to the correct use of this slang under the title of Renaming Guide. This is a national guide, a guide for a correct use of this language. This guide is implemented by official institutions such as ministries, secretaries, universities, schools. And the guide also introduces new definitions and standards, not only a way of speaking or communicating, but new redefinitions, for example, of woman. Woman, redefined by this guide, means a person whose gender identity and gender expression are feminine. That is woman, according to the new guide. These new standards explain that we have genders instead of gender in all new bill projects planned. We have genders instead of the category of genders, but also we have to reformulate with genders now the all laws, plans, resolutions, etc. For example, the law for the protection of women against violence now is not for women, now is for all genders. So we have to reformulate any law, any program, any initiative, any order. We have to reformulate that according to the whole staff of genders. The same goes for the annual National Women Encounter, that now is the plurinational diversities encounter. The same goes for the mandatory sex education in schools, now is a queer indoctrination and propaganda. The same for the whole mass media and public university are ideological apparatus of this lobby. Sexual work is normalized.
Can you just hang on a minute? We can't hear you. It's frozen. Can you just wait a second, Maria?
By the state, by education conference. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back. Thank you. We lost about half a minute of your speaking.
Okay, so I'm coming back. We have to formulate new laws and programs, and according to the standards of all genders, but also to reformulate the old ones. So we have to reformulate laws, programs according to genders. For example, the law, we had a very good law against women's violence, and now this law is proposed to be reformulated for all genders. The annual National Women Encounter now is the plurinational diversities encounter. The mandatory sex education in a school now is queer indoctrination and propaganda. The mass media, public university are completely captured by this lobby. Sexual work is normalized and promoted from the state. And the interesting issue is that the legalization of abortion is a flag manipulated by this queer establishment to erase the category of women and facilitate reproductive exploitation in the whole South America. It already happened in Argentina, and that is a plan for the whole South American to manipulate the flag of abortion. So that is how the desertification program is going on in Argentina around now. However, now the country is in the middle of a complete crisis, economical and social crisis. So thanks to that crisis, the advance of queer ideology is frozen, thanks to the political nemesis such that this agenda is frozen. So we are very, very bad, but it could have been even worse. Thanks to the crisis, this picture is frozen by now.